because Enigma already corners you a bit. There's like Alchemist if you want to play fast.
You ever lock onto the anti-mage, you can ensnare him up with your ultimate, get some procs, happy days.
Position 1 farm every game, but that's just how efficient they are.
Oh, Boundless Strike, Malrine.
9 class.
Yeah, not much he can do here. Shadow Strike applied, first blood to no one, and PVISION. So
Allow them to get across the finish line is to hold the towers as long as possible. Hand of God for Skitter.
yeah, try to stay alive, has that ult activated, trying to apply all the pressure to DM right now. Boundless Strike from below, though, 9 class. There's the first Doom of the game. It's going to be applied to the Enigma, but Skeeter dies first, and now Amar has to run away with no mana whatsoever. Are they going to continue to chase, though? And Amar attempting to get out. Centaur Stomp does hit. Very nicely timed, Amar. Looks like he's going to end up dropping. So that ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of PVISION. Looks like you have the black hole, Sonic Wave, a lot of ways to get through it.
He is queuing it up. I kind of like Sanj and Yasha here. As you said, what are you really countering?
Oh, Satanic, he actually blinks right into this. Malrine has everything at the ready. Amar as well. Mortimer sketches, there's the Echo Slam. Down goes Satanic. Wrong place, wrong time. They continue to have Doom ultimate at the ready as well.
The biggest kill of the game, and like you said, they don't have to expend Doom, so he can't even feel safe when he comes back. How much of a magic damage threat there is on him.
Wow, this is quite the Roche attempt. Yeah, they lose Echo Slam. They're like, hey, let's Roche. No big deal.
Amar,
no one in the area. DM as well. They're going to try to hound him. Prevent that black hole coming, but Amar with the Doom upon the Quap. He's in a lot of trouble now, trying to walk it up. They're going to try to get the Roach first as Skeeter continuing to pound into him. There's the first black hole of the game onto the Earthshaker, but they do get the Aegis onto Skeeter. Malrine falls for this. Sonic Wave, can PVISION trying to take advantage of this timing. Boundless Strike on the Snaking gets slowed as well. Looks like this is going to be the second kill for PVISION. Does cost him the Aegis, although Snaking is super tanky. Finally, the Satyr Hadouken takes him out. So in the end,
reliable counter to the BKB Black Hole Enigma later down the line. Yeah. Anti-Mage wants to get 2 or 3 more items before he really feels comfortable fighting the Troll.
Malrine gonna open it up onto the Enigma with the Mortimer gets his follow, but he has the pipe, and now they have the TPs. Falcons now on the run. Malrine looking for a good echo, but they're not giving him one. He's just getting stun locked on the sideline.
Oh,
but there's the Doom under Satanic, blinking it all by himself. The echo goes off. As Satanic attempting to run away, but Amar's going to continue to hand him. Down the right clicks from Skeeter are enough to take out DM in turn. The Doom, there's a false promise to save the anti-mage for now. And it looks like he will survive. In fact, close to full HP, so could rejoin the fight if they want. Amar forced to BKB, and now in full retreat mode as Satanic is leading the way. Onto the high ground, Satanic still has that mana void at the ready. Nice Boundless Strike onto 2 as Falcons just scrambling to get away. But there's the big mana void as Skeeter completely out of mana now. 2 dead in this fight. And 3 overall for Falcons. Make it 4 as crit tumbles. So PVISION, great response overall. And the fact that Satanic lived is kind of crazy.
It's just so clutch, right? He gets doomed, and that looks like a very promising setup for Falcons. They use the Troll ulti, but Skitter not quite close enough to fight him in melee form, so he starts fighting at range. And as they're about to get him in kill range, the Force Staff from DM, he just walks in and pushes AM to safety, gets protected by the Oracle. And as soon as that false promise goes out, the fight is lost for Falcons. You just have to try to cut your losses, but that's the thing about this Monkey King 4. How the hell do you get away?
Yeah. And another potential pickoff. Snaking shows himself in his own triangle. How dare he? No one there to clean up swiftly as the Amar coming to the RTP to try to support, but no one able to blink out to safety. 9 class might be in a bit of trouble. As Amar going to get slowed, and the Boundless Strike comes up. That's not going to be enough. So it's still a support for support, but it does require many TPs for Falcons to try to get some sort of a response.
This is a major upgrade on the way now for no one.
How many Helm of the Dom crews they can always just send in here for Vision? This will never be a freebie. As Roche will now start his way to the other side of the pit. Summer vacation time for him as DM comes in with the black hole only on the one. The big Echo Slam on the 3 heroes from Malrine. Everybody's still super healthy though. Finally the Troll gets off the ult. Satanic gets doomed to the other side. He's been able to walk his way past the fissure though. And now there's the big throw from Roche. Enigma in a lot of trouble. Got to get away from that big bad boy as Malrine. Onto the high ground. He's going to be safe. The Satanic now no longer doomed. Wants to fight. Skeeter no longer with the ult, and we've seen this story before. They're going to have to try to run away. They get the stun lock onto no one, though, stuck inside this area. He's in a lot of trouble, but there's the big mana fight from SyndereN, taking out Malrine in turn, and now Falcons likely trying to run away. Snaking gets bashed up, gets destroyed, and now next on the list is Skeeter. 3 dead for Falcons as PVISION honestly relatively easily take this fight, just long and drawn out.
They don't have the damage. They're getting on top of this AM with Doom, but that's every sentence, basically. Thank you for paying attention. Here comes AM.
Panic.
Falcons have to pay attention immediately. This is a fast push with the banner.
Yep.
2 minutes left on Aegis.
The creeps are coming, looking like a juicy Echo Slam potentially, but SyndereN has so much resist that he's going to be tough to take down not only once, but twice. DM, Malefice, there's the Abyssal Blade from SyndereN. But the cookie onto Skeeter, going to be okay for now, but the tier 3 is not going to be okay. It's already dead. No one creating some space for SyndereN, who now gets healed up by Ducalis ever so slowly. And this will be round number 2 onto this mid-barracks. Minute and a half on this Aegis. Not sure if you can just give up this second set. You're going to be able to try to burn this first life of SyndereN. DM gets the Midnight Pulse off. Mana Void actually applied to Skeeter. He's very low on mana. We'll have to use the cookie to get away. Nightclass still on the tree line. As his barracks are still falling ever so slowly. Fortification comes out. Wukong's command not so fearsome from this support, but this is the state of affairs now for Falcons as another melee Rax will fall. Amar looking for the backstab potential. Full second lane for SyndereN and company.
Just spam him back up to nice and healthy, and round number 2.
40 seconds on the Aegis. Amar wants to get aggressive, running around extremely fast. SyndereN wants to continue to try to get him. Balance Strike's not going to hit SyndereN. Looking for the Blink Abyssal potential, but no. We'll blink out safely. 30 seconds on Aegis. The Falcons can try to wait. Maybe they can get this Wombo combo onto the AM.
20 seconds.
Big if. 20 seconds now. Onto the high ground. Attempt number 3 onto this base of Falcons. Boundless Strike can slow things down. SyndereN will be able to get to tier 3. 10 seconds on Aegis, will blink out. And they will likely soft reset, if not full.
Go into full nice and easy, but that is, of course, now False Promise down. However,
have they needed it?
however, you don't have Doom. So
yeah,
that's a good trade for the side of PVISION. That's the only way you kill AM, it seems like.
Now a Lincoln's on DM, so even less chance to stop this eventual black hole. But we do have a refresher.
Amar fights to Malrine. Could be a smart.
Absolutely. Get the stun lock. And DM is the bigger prize. But Malrine comes with the Echo Slam, but the black hole comes to fruition. Boundless Strike from alone from Nightclass. It's a huge Sonic Wave onto 2. They take out Skeeter. Amar attempting to Nightfall away. Will do so successfully, but still 2 dead for Falcons. Buyback available for Skeeter, but you can see PVISION gonna push the envelope and force it out of him. Very aggressive blink as SyndereN's going to work on the building, says Amar. Not able to provide too much resistance to no one. We'll be able to blink out with Oracle nearby. SyndereN gets the range. Barracks wants to go for the killing blow onto Malrine. Midnight Pulse applied from DM. There's the right clicks from Skeeter, not doing anything at this point. Abyssal Blade from SyndereN, trying to get onto his ultimate from the Troll Warlord. Staying alive just for now, but the rest of PVISION in the air. They do kill SyndereN. It's going to cost Skeeter his dieback, though. Malrine dies right outside his fountain. Only 2 alive for Falcons as GGs come out. They do kill SyndereN in the end, but it matters not. PVISION take game number 1.
That felt like a complete strategic victory, but not only that, PVISION also have the plays to back it up. Keza was talking about this on the panel. He said, more so than the strategy, this is going to be about how the teams play today and who has what it takes when it goes down the stretch.
Well, you have the lane against the TV, you're generally going to do very well, and you do build auras.
So they could be, really, really formidable, but it's around 15 to 20 minutes, the correct auras, the correct positioning, and objectives should be Falcons.
There's just a lot of heroes who ban versus this team and versus us, I guess, so you got to pick what you should play against, and we want to play versus Enigma.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're getting into that second game, here today. I have to ask this question to you, sir. Will you be going to the grand finals? Will we see a game 3?
I hope so.
You hope so? Tell me you fucking know so. Look at that camera and tell me you know so!
I know so.
I know so! Let's get into it.
First blood already! No one takes out Crit. AUI seem to be horribly wrong. So yeah, we have quite the draft here from both sides as game 2 is now upon us. PVISION 1 game away from making the grand finals. Will the nerves kick in?
You're playing against Dragon Knight, who's going to go green facet, so all the physical damage, you have a lot of armor. You're playing against Pango, who's all physical. And you're almost dead.
Lotus
and now
applies
you're
Satanic, dives under the tier 1 to Amar. SyndereN.
13 minutes, 3K lead.
I mean, even if Falcons end up losing this game, this is something that other teams will be looking at.
Oh,
Be able to ban both the Slark and the Monkey King as Satanic. Bushwhacked in, but you can see the TP's coming for PVISION. Sharpshooter does a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. Sunder onto his own illusion to stay alive.
Trouble.
But
Here
the Rolling
comes the
Thunder, Malrine is there with the rest of Falcons nearby to finish the job. They get Ducalis as well as Satanic. Big kills as 9 class is basically a creep at this stage. 4K lead for Falcons.
Uh-oh. Well, Kezu with the 38-minute prediction, maybe very conservative. I feel like this could just be a 20.
If only he was playing the Terrorblade in this case.
Yeah, he's going to get jumped by Skitter.
Yes, he will. Waiting for the Stampede, but the Dragon Tail comes first. 9 class. He will be using the Stampede. They're going to try to turn this right around with the Black Hole available, but the Fiend's Gate comes out. Mortimer's Kisses with the Black Hole right on top. They get the DK. Looks like they will find 9 class in the end, but at what cost exactly? DM's going to get the cookie to stay away. You'll be perfectly safe, so the position 7 Centaur taken out in replacement for the position 1
abilities.
Yeah. 9 class has to use the Stampede, but he gets Dragon-tailed. Cookie to follow. And the Orchid used from Skeeter, attempting the TP. Bushwhack will connect. This will be the death of the Centaur. And we can see on the Tormentor side, Amar will be going to town. And it will be snaking, so Ancients at his disposal.
The Ripper's lash on Chen with...
Not feeling confident to be able to take Roche.
They want to find a pick instead.
Against the Enigma.
Skitter's just going to run in.
Yes, he is. Malrine, he gets Malefice to start things out. And they're going to be able to get the silence on this Enigma DM. Stampede, he is all alone right now. See if he goes for a Black Hole play. Probably not, as Malrine finally gets the connection. It takes such a long time. It's even the creep helping out with the Congregations of the Deep, and the Swashbuckle finishes the job. So 45 seconds, not having to worry about DM. Technically does have buyback, but at this stage of the game, unlikely to see it.
It's obviously not to that level, but the concept is the same. You have this relatively fragile hero that just becomes the center of the fight. And yeah, curious to see if Snaking gets there, if that will be a very noticeable difference, but yeah, making all allied units debuff immune with 60% magic resist. Kinda crazy for 6 seconds.
Trying to cut the wave was DM, not successful. Skeeter leading the way, has the Bloodthorn now and the Aegis. Roche banner placed, and this is where PVISION have to make some serious decisions on their defense.
Nice Manta
Nice Manta
dodge.
for Satanic. Dragontail completely dodged. As the Rolling Thunder comes in right on top of Satanic with the Roar used on Malrine. The Force Touch can keep his head. It's a double Black Hole with the Mortimers from above. Do they have the damage? The BKBs mitigate most of it though. And now PVISION on the retreat. Big Swashbuckle coming in from Malrine with the shield crash to follow. No one is dead just outside his base. Satanic drops as well along with DM. That is 4 dead for PVISION. Only 2 buybacks available. A full team wipe. Falcons lose nothing. They still have Aegis for 3.5, and these buildings will absolutely melt.
It's a completely similar fashion to game 1, just for the other team. PVISION, they don't have the damage. They're getting a 2-hero Black Hole, they're getting the Roar off, they're using Snap Ult, Terrorblade meta, and Falcons just shrug it off.
And they're going to go straight for the Megas.
And they just don't care.
Likely the final fortification of the game. These creeps do not give a shit about that though, as the buyback comes out from no one. Of course, there's no Black Hole once DM is back up and running. Another 100 seconds away. This is surely going to be mega creeps. And indeed, 30 minutes in the game, Falcons with megas.
And there it is, the Chen Ags ready to make a big difference after the game is basically won. For the side of Falcons. Can do
4 minutes, so Kezu can be correct. Will it happen? Big
I
smoke
give them
though.
20 seconds.
This would be a dieback for no one. He pops the BKB, trying to retreat, gets off the Primal Roar. Looks like he's fine, although Malrine has something to say about that. There's the cart from 9class. Huge plays from him using nothing. Nobody's in the cart. No one. He dies right outside of the cart. Truly unfortunate for the position 7 Centaur. 2 dead for PVISION, and now Falcons looking to end the game. SyndereN calls GG, and that's going to mean Game 3 on the way.
And 9class is going to be upset with that last fight. He followed the team's instructions and said, put no one in the cart. And that's exactly what he did. Wasn't able to reach anybody. And they're laughing.
That was good, actually.
Not quite sure why they're having such a good time after. But I mean, if nothing else, you can have a little bit of a laugh at it. 9class looking at his monitor, dreaming of playing Dota.
There is a chance to go down and they go for the Juggernaut.
It's a very good hero versus Phoenix as well because
Let's get this game started! It's time to go to Game 3!
And Game 3 has arrived as 9class, playing the clockwork this time around, finds his way in the middle of 3 enemy heroes as Falcons will be getting first blood and Malrine will be the one to secure it.
You can play around it, but I think a lot of that comes down to how good DM's game is going to be. You want to rotate to a Phoenix that's ready to fight.
Some trouble.
There we go.
No one shows up. The cookie. The Cog's actually on the outside. He gets hit by another one. A big dive coming in from DM, and they will clean up Skeeter as 9class one more right click, so there is a trade of sorts, but Malrine actually walked up here, I believe.
Late to the party.
Yeah, a little bit too late to find a connection. No one Battlefield yet, and that is when he'll feel a little bit more comfortable in. I mean, I don't know if he even wants to join a fight, but if he has to, he technically could. Snaking.
Gonna put it to the test here. How tanky is he?
9class will get the slow with the rocket. Won't be able to get him inside the cog. Snaking in a 1 versus 4. He's surviving for now, but not for long. They do get the kill as Malrine finds a bigger target. Epicenter Burrow with the Mortimer. SyndereN uses the Blade Fury. He has the healing ward up, but it's not going to be enough. Crit takes him out in the end.
Utility items.
SyndereN has to use the Blade Fury. Amar continuing to roll. Will focus on the support first, it seems, as the Epicenter reserved for Ducalis as well.
Oh, he's not done yet now,
he actually does get clipped by Amar. Uses his shard as well. SyndereN. He's going to get some help in the form of no one, though. Amar maybe overstepping his bounds a little bit too much. Call down, though. Skeeter makes his way over. Amar blocked off now. Gets the hook shot from 9class as well. Amar looks to be dead. No, he gets the shield. He's so much damage applied to him. Now no one will drop as well. The kisses raining from above. Crit. Double kill. 3 for nothing. Falcons somehow lose no one.
And so do PVISION.
I knew you were going to do that.
That is, he is going to literally just stand behind him everywhere he goes, because there's no better play. Okay, he's following SyndereN. I've got my eye on it.
Yep. Keep us surprised. They have the stun lock for the Storm. No one dead again.
I would agree 100% with that. On a pro level, I think it's almost an essential item every single game, but there's always going to be outliers. I don't think that game was the case.
Spotted along with Snake King. This is going to be a good pick-off for PVISION.
It's something.
They get a kill. Amar. Oh, he's going to take an Omni Slash with the creep for that. And actually bounces back to Amar. SyndereN completely snipes him. RNG gods in favor of PVISION for that particular moment, at least.
Yes, you are behind, but hope dies last in this game.
SyndereN is spotted. Nice Blade Fury. They're going to continue to pursue, though, as Amar with the Rolling Thunder will eventually catch up. Ducalis is there. Healing ward place. They're going to get some more TPs potentially. There's the Omni Slash, though, on top of Amar. There's a lot of them applied to Amar himself, but the cookie's going to help him survive. SyndereN does get the fall from the blind, as no one will try to zip to kill off Amar, but this is not going to be enough mana. Amar, so much shield, so much Lotus, he's going to be able to heal through it. No, does end up going down to be the cost of the Oracle, though, is Malrine. Big hook shot from 9class. Gets 2 stuck in the cogs. 0 follow-up, though. Truly unfortunate for PVISION, but ends up being a 1-for-1. Can the Phoenix actually get it? That could be a potential pickup.
I think the Phoenix one is just too difficult to pull off. Like, you have to be able to be in range for the target that Jug is on. So realistically, he probably needs to get it himself if he sees enough of a problem.
Malrine gonna be able to get the first strike onto no one, but there's the false promise, keep him alive. And the egg from the low ground, no one will be able to zip away safely. It's a big on-air slash. Snaking is destroyed, but now Satanic completely isolated from his team. Burrow Strike now right on top of him with the cooldown of L, but he still had the Blade Fury, and that's doing a lot of damage. Thanks to the fact that his Skeeter getting gone up by no one, he's dead! And now the Sunray healing everybody up. The Mortimers though, double Burrow Strike, and now Falcons will be able to win the fight in the end. 4 for 2, it looked pretty good for PVISION, but they just run out of steam at the end.
Finally, an unpredictable fight. Now they're going to advance, but they're doing it together this time, so PVISION have given up a bit of ground. Snaking going to lead the charge. A tough kill. Pike, Pipe, and Drums.
Now, one thing to consider is plenty of buybacks right now. For the side of PVISION, hook shot right now onto Snaking, but a cookie to keep him alive. Satanic's already used the Blade Furies. He is now retreating. 9 Class is the first to die. Does have the buyback.
Falcons' heroes a lot of the time are kind of stacking on top of each other. 9 Class.
Oh, that was a Swift Slash actually. The Ghost Scepter comes out.
Yeah. I've got my eyes on Satanic's itemization. He hasn't changed it yet. You saw the Ench attempt. He doesn't feel like he can Omni-Slash because the kill takes too long. Ench is going to pike away. Maybe you jump over to another hero with Ghost Scepter and then you're just dead.
Yep, Skeeter going to secure the range barracks. Can they get the melee? 45 seconds on the Aegis right now. Homing missile, it will hit. It's going to take considerable damage, but there's a Fate's Edict. Mitigate the rest of the magic damage. Swift Slash. Skeeter, there's the epicenter. Burrow Strike combination from Malrine. Ghost Scepter's not going to help 9 Class. First to fall. No one already popping the BKB. Fighting some pressure out of the Gyrocopter. 30 seconds on the Aegis. No creeps though, so backdoor protection is here. Do they have enough damage to actually get through this barracks? Finally, it comes to be. And Falcons gets their first barracks of the game.
Outworld Staff is just something else against Jug.
True.
It's such a hard counter. He Swift Slashes Skitter. Skitter presses one button and then it ends the Swift Slash.
And no one actually opted to finish Parasma instead of going for the blue hole.
Okay. I think the call they made was we don't have enough damage to kill a single hero. We need the damage from Storm.
Yep, Swift Slash actually baits out the Outworld Staff as no one zips in, zips out.
He can't go on anyone. They have 2 good formation and good spacing here.
Oh, epicenter! That's a lot of damage! Can they get the saves on the Satanic? Gets off the Omni Slash at the last moment. He's isolated for the rest of the team. No one pops BKB. On top of Snaking, he's going to be the first to fall. Satanic in a lot of trouble. He has the false promise supply. Will attempt to get out. Mortimer's not going to reach him. Malrine's super low on HP.
A lot of pressure about to be put here on PVISION. Can they hold? This
Lots
is the
of buybacks available.
Biggest moment of the game. This is such a hard defense.
Oh, the force staff nicely done onto the Gyrocopter. He's in a lot of trouble taking a full Omni Slash. Skeeter able to get the Outworld Staff though, and 9 Class is the first to fall. Big Egg with the Sunray, but Skeeter is being able to heal through this quite easily as Malrine does get stunned by the Egg. Now gets Cookie to the low ground. Falcons A-OK. Force the buyback on the 9 Class. Now they can reset. Roche Banner will be cleaned up. There's a damage rune in the bot side of the river. Not sure if they have vision there.
That was egg number 1 and a buyback on clock. So now both supports really good targets for Falcons to take down. 25
there
as well on Amar.
There it is. Aghanim Scepter for no one. Blue hole ready to go. He has 2,500 in the bank, so buyback still intact. Skeeter now. They have the 1 lane. He's going to take the Electric Vortex. A lot of damage, actually. He's dead. That's life number 1. Falcons need to be ready. Rolling Thunder coming. Malrine misses the Burrow Strike. Gets the epicenter off, though. The Satanic easily be able to clear. It's a beautiful egg just in time. No one, they kill off the egg. Double kill for Skeeter. And now the pressure applied to Satanic. He gets off a big Omni Slash. Actually kills off Malrine on the other side of the screen. Somehow, a huge blue hole onto 2. And somehow PVISION is defending. Snaky goes down to the blade form as Amar, the last remaining member of Falcons, will TP out. Some way, somehow, PVISION defend.
There's your damage.
They scan out as well, so they know Falcon's location. Snaking, a very good frontliner for a support.
Yep. Feels like an item that we could have seen in this game was Wind Waker.
Yeah, for sure.
There has been 0 of them purchased yet. And I don't think you have to worry all that much about the Oracle Purge, because he's going to backline a lot onto Ducalis. It's not easy to get in for the offensive Purge. but nobody's queuing it up. Jump in.
Oh, that's a big Omnislash with a lot of damage. Down goes Skeeter. Finds back, but there's the Abyssal Blade now under the storm. They have to bash him again. No one is dead to Malrine now. Amar doing so much work in this fight. They're not going to buy back onto Skeeter. Satanic in quite a bit of trouble. Will pop the Blade Fury, getting healed up. Will be able to get out of dodge as a result. They lose 2, buyback on 1. That was a huge kill on the Skeeter. Obviously, he has buyback available, but doesn't want to expend it unless he needs to. Can PVISION try to force a fight? Crit.
Honestly,
spotted high ground.
Icy Veins not buying back there. A really tense moment. I feel like a lot of players just insta-click the buyback and take the fight, but stays patient. However,
PVISION
this would be a big grab.
This. Yes. If it's scouted by Falcons, does Skeeter buy back? It's already at half health. They're running out of time here. There's a lot of shit inside Roche.
Yeah.
9 class.
Known to be
giving some
constipated.
vision. Oh yeah, he's big time. He's about to blow. Snaking. Gonna get some vision. Gonna get his heal off to start things out. Gets the vision, but Satanic gets the Roche. There's still goodies inside. As the Epicenter's about to come, I believe. Amar with the rolling thunder. Stuck inside the cogs. His DM pops the refresher. 9 class goes inside the pit. Uses the shard to get out. So in the end, they do get all the goodies from Roche as PVISION. Despite being down and out, it felt like early on. Now, quite possibly might be at an advantage, despite being 20k down. The clockwork, Snaking, going to be blocked off by the shards, though. BKB already popped from no one, applying all the pressure he can to Malrine, but he's going to be able to get out just fine. Satanic already used the false promise on him. He's going to put down the healing ward. Feels like a win for Falcons in terms of that small engagement. 9 class though, homing missile, swashbuckle to follow. That's a lot of damage from Amar. Using that ult as well, right on top of him. He's dead. Oh, Helmet and dying is dead, but Malrine gets off the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike onto the Phoenix. Can they get the stun lock? Can they get the egg off? Yes, he does with the Sun Ray to follow. Do they have the damage to get through? Do they have the rack? Big slash from Satanic. The egg is killed. Fire Echo, the reflected Lodax. And Skeeter now. They have the numbers. They have the numbers on the Satanic, and he's dead. Has the buyback, though.
Oh my god, I think he
has another egg at his disposal.
I think he misclicked. He Swift Slashed the Lotus first, and then he Omni Slashed the same target. I think so, at least. I mean, it's hard to keep track of everything in those fights, but they both definitely got reflected back to back. Satanic stuck in an anime teamfight loop. Nobody died. No one?
Oh, no one. Able to zip out. Ooh. They have the buyback on Satanic. They do not have one on 9 class, though. Snaking likely to hold on to his, as this is a second lane now for Falcons. Not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. We are 64 minutes in. Amar looking for the Abyssal play, or actually the Basher since it's on cooldown. Still that tier 2 top, very pesky.
They're getting it at 64 minutes. They had map control for like 20 of these.
Yeah.
Just never went for it, but now it's time to strike. They really want this buyback out of Satanic.
Oh, 100%. They have the buyback. Oh, they get it back! Oh my god, this is the dieback for DM! And no one now getting control. E-Blade applied. He's dead too. Has the buyback in tow. Satanic has to scurry back to base. That's a rolling thunder applying to the calls. With a fucking BKB on Oracle, for God's sake. It's 64 minutes in. No one. Gonna force everybody else back. But Falcons, they're actually gonna live on most of these members. Satanic looking for a target. E-Blade now. There's the Hex. So Malrine is gonna be able to get bashed though. Gets the Burrow to the low ground. 9 class. Doesn't have hook shot up. Skeeter blocking the way. Gonna get blocked by the cogs. 45k net worthly for Falcons. Another E on this process. 9 class onto the high ground. He's stuck up here now. Oh no, he's dead. Helmet of the Undying activates as no one completely out of bounds. He's gonna get blocked. Oh my god! That's Satanic trying to get away. Only 2 members up. Actually, he's the lone member. Gets off the Omni Slash at the last moment, but the Ghost Blades are too much. He cannot get through them. No nullifier. Now trying to circle back to his fountain. He's the last remaining member of PVISION. Gets stunned up, but now in the fountain. Falcons have everybody alive. As now Satanic buying the BKB for one last hurrah. Goes in for the back. That is a lot of damage, but now the E-Blade keeping him alive. Omni Slash reflected. He's going to be dead. Satanic is down and out. And that means Falcons will be going to the grand finals.
Wow, what an insane game this turned out to be. 45 minutes ago, you could have told me this would be 30 minutes long and I would believe you. But PVISION manages to stall it out forever. They get to their key items. I guess Amar has leveled up, not sitting and fainting at his desk after another late game scenario. I guess the first 2 games were not long enough for him to run out of steam and